Hi guys, I'm Anne. Welcome to Chronically Beautiful, where we are trying to live our best life, even though we probably don't feel like it. Today we're going to be doing a makeup look using a Color Spell face palette. I hope that you really enjoy it, and let's dive right in. Alright, I'm going to start by using sunscreen. I use the CeraVe Mineral Sunscreen for the face. I do wear this every day in the summer. It's an SPF 50. And in the summertime, I even layer on the CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotion, which has an SPF 20, I believe. I don't do all of that all the time, but I do it when I'm outside a whole lot. And then I'm going in with the Skin Lab Instant Line Smoother. This is one of those products that kind of makes the lines kind of fill in for a little while. You have to kind of put it on very lightly. I found this at TJ Maxx. It's very similar to like the Instantly Ageless and those types of products, only way cheaper. A little goes a long way with this, and you'll get white stuff all crusted onto your face if you don't put it on gently. So I am waiting for that to dry, so I'm just trying to multitask. I wait for that to dry. Alright, and now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Beauty Shield Primer, and that is an SPF 50, so we're like really, it smells super good. We're really SPF'd up today. And I have found this to be an actually pretty good dupe for the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer, which is the one in the purple bottle. Alright, we're going to go in with the Lorac Porefection Concealor. This is a lot thicker than I thought, and I went super heavy on it. I would not recommend going so heavy with this concealer, and you will see that I am going to look crazy as I blend this out. It is a little tiny dab will do you. I'm using this kind of kabuki style face brush, which I also got at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or somewhere for like $3. And as you can see, I put this on way too heavy. So this is a good opportunity for us to kind of do some damage control and look at, you know, how you can fix it when you do this, or if you use, I mean, this is like foundation level coverage. So we are going to fix it. It's going to be okay, but I look crazy right now. Definitely one tiny little dot in the corner of the eye is all you need for this concealer. But we're going to fix it. Don't panic. It looks like I am painting my face white. I do really like this brush though for using thicker concealers. Now I'm going to go in and set the under eye with the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana bronzer. It is really light. I don't know who this is bronzing because I use it as a setting powder. It does have like just the tiniest, slightest little bit of shimmer. I'm just using a smaller flat foundation brush to do this, and I really like this powder for setting the under eye because it just adds a nice amount of brightness. And then I'm also using it to set the concealer on my eyelids, which I'm using instead of an eyelid primer today. I'm going to go in and hit the T-zone with this. And then I'm going to use this big boy from Real Techniques with a gross hair on it. Don't worry, it's mine. And just put a tiny little bit of this powder kind of everywhere because it's summer when I'm recording this and it's going to be hot. Alright, now I'm going in with the Maybelline Master Bronze Palette and just a small kind of tapered blush brush. I'm using the darkest shade in the palette because, again, when this recorded it was summertime. And I'm just going to kind of fix the craziness of the concealer accident, but I'm just hitting the forehead, under the jawbone, under the cheekbones, just trying to warm up the face as much as I can. Try to make myself look less like an alien. Obviously it looks a little muddy and crazy right now. The important thing is to just blend, 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 and then I'm taking my big brush again and just trying to spread that around and just really blend it, because I needed a lot more coverage than where I usually put my bronzer. Now I'm going in with the Pixie by Petra blush in Peach Parfait. I love this blush. It came in an Ipsy bag, and I believe it's full size. I mean, it's pretty big, but it has just a little amount of dewiness to it. It's a nice natural color, but it's got just a hint of dewiness, and it's so pretty. Then I'm going back into the Maybelline palette and using the lightest shade, which is a highlight. I'm gonna blend some more there. Back to the concealer accident. And I'm just running that highlight at the top of my cheekbones and all of the places that I want to have a little extra bling. I love this palette by Maybelline. It is awesome. Great bronzer, great highlight. It is just, I've been really pleased with this palette. I highly recommend. Now we're going to go in with the Color Spell 23 color eye and cheek kit. I discovered this brand at Family Dollar, and I've seen it at Dollar General as well. This particular palette I got at probably Marshall's or TJ Maxx, because that's where I buy everything. But I have been really pleased with these shadows. They're easily buildable, nicely blendable, very pigmented, and come in some beautiful colors. I also have the Atlantis palette, which has got a bunch of beautiful bright colors, and the Wicked palette, which has like greens and browns. It's just a great shadow. So I'm going in for super budget prices, like nothing's over $5. So I'm going in to the crease and just above the crease, because I do have hooded eyes, with this matte taupey shade. And then I'm going to go in the outer corner. The shades aren't labeled. This is a pretty bright fuchsia shade, which I thought was really pretty. So I'm just going to do the outer V with that. I'm using a kind of long flat shader brush, which I did not end up liking, so I didn't do the best job because I did not like this brush. Alright, now I'm going in with a little crease brush instead, which I'll be honest, I don't love this brush either. I've been more lately into, yeah, just not happy. I've been more lately into like the short bristled, densely packed brushes. Now this little guy, it looks like an eraser. It is so cute. It's basically just a beauty sponge, but it's eraser shaped, which is so cute, and it's supposed to be used to kind of fix mistakes, which it does work for. But I'm just blending out that fuchsia color, just continuing to blend so it doesn't look all crazy. And that's important when you're doing these kinds of looks. The dog was barking. To just continue to blend like crazy. And that's the cool thing, is you don't need to use this palette or any specific palette. You could just use any, colors that you have that are slightly similar. Now I'm going in with a completely clean, big, fluffy brush, and I'm just blending more. I'm just blending that outer V shade in to the crease, and now I'm going back with the brush I used with the crease. Now I am going to be going in with a flat shader brush into a very pretty light pink shimmer, which I accidentally cropped out, but it's very pretty. And I almost always use my shimmer shades wet, so I'll dip into the shade first and then I will spray it with setting spray, and then I'll usually go back in again while the brush is still a little bit wet and the shadow is dry, and kind of cover over it while the lid is still wet, and I get really good color payoff this way. And now I'm going back in with the fuchsia color to kind of blend it in together. And then I'm going to go back in with the transition shade one more time. I'm chatting with my girls here, if you're wondering who I'm talking to. got is just kind of a pink smoky eye look. Then we're going back in with the fuchsia and hitting the lower lash line. I'm using an eyebrow brush here, a flat eyebrow, chiseled eyebrow brush, and I really like that, honestly. Just about halfway in on the lower lash line. And I try to smudge it out as best I can with the brush. Now I'm going back into the light pink shimmer and running that along the inner corner of the lower lash line. I usually try to just match whatever color I've got on top on the bottom, but I smudge it out. This is the LA Colors Browy Wowie Eye Pencil, which is honestly to me just the same as the one that Wet n Wild makes and the one that Anastasia makes and the one that everyone makes. It's got like the triangle tip. I honestly do not find a difference between any of them. They all work great, although I'm not a snatched brows kind of girl, so I'm just filling in a little bit and then brushing it out with a spoolie. So maybe they're different if you really go for it, but I don't, so this works. Making a mess today though. Alright, now I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal False Fiber Lash Mascara. It is a mascara that has the little fibers built into the color rather than having a separate little fibers thing that you have to put on. If you've seen those before, they work really well, but are just kind of a pain if you're in a hurry. And this is the finished look. I did just throw on a nude lip and finished out the mascara. No liner, nothing fancy. But here we go, guys. Thanks for going on this adventure with me. Keep coming back. Take care of you.